I think we saved her, boys. I think we saved her. Oh yeah. And guess what? You guys get the best sound possible because I got myself a little DJI microphone so you can hear me heavy breathing and snorting and everything now.
Still available.
Off camera, threw all the pulleys, everything on. I just threw the radiator, the new radiator. Those radiators are so freaking small. It's like a condenser, but it's a radiator. I mean, they're tiny. I just threw it on there so it didn't spit coolant out because I figured the pump would pick it up and spit it out. So, how's it sound, huh? Look at that cute little thing. Look. So cute. I did throw oil in it and everything. That's why I showed you. I might put too much in. I put pretty much 6 quarts in. And it's smoking because we did leak stuff onto the exhaust and I just put the exhaust back on. There was coolant inside the heat shield. It's going to smoke like that for a while. There's no coolant in the system and that's why I shut it down. I just wanted to run it for a little bit, get the fluids flowing. I think I'm going to put this thing up in the air now and see if we got any leakage. I think I figured out the mystery, okay? I think I know pretty much the details of this. Like I said, the oil was really fresh. The filter was pretty much new. I looked everything up. I don't think there's any way this was done in a garage. It might have been done in a garage, but not at a reputable garage, that's for sure. And the more I looked, and I was looking at possibilities, I needed to put an engine in this after all this because there was bearing material in that pickup screen. There was, I found used engines for these things are like $5,000. Yeah, that's average price, $5,000 for a complete engine. Now to get a short block, which is what's in this, okay, which is your crank, your pistons, rods, both cases to the middle section of the engine block, I would say, and then the actual cylinders, that all is one unit. You can get brand new for $2,000 online, shipped to your house, I should add. It might have been a little bit, it might have been $2,100. But if you had one of these and it blew up, that is going to probably be your best and cheapest option. Now you're going to have to reuse your heads. 2013 was known for having bad valve springs, and there was a recall and they changed them out. There's color on the valve springs. I'm not so sure this valve cover's not leaking over here. If it is, because they probably reused some gaskets. I don't think they reused everything. All the timing set was brand new. I'm sure they probably used new head gaskets and head bolts, I would hope. But the engine sounds healthy, so none of that bearing material I think got through, and there's still a possibility that that came from the old engine because the oil pan, the upper oil pan, I don't know, probably the pickup tube, the heads, valve covers, intake manifolds, all that stuff, cams, that stuff came from the old engine that blew up. So there's a possibility when it blew up, they didn't clean that stuff as well as they should have. And that's why I still had bearing material in the pickup tube. Seeing how they sealed everything, and that was like really bad. It makes me not have a lot of faith in this engine. I'm not tearing the whole thing down to check it. We're just gonna roll with the punches. If it doesn't hold together, we'll just get another short block and I'll throw it together. But for right now, this is what we're rolling with. Trying to stay on a budget, trying to stay cheap. So that's what we're doing. I need to cut that section of the core support off, and that's we're going to use that and the top piece on this. You know, it's like, why would you buy a whole core support when you're only using that piece? You can't just buy small sections like that. So the only welding that's going to need done is going to be up there on that top support up in the corner. And I'm going to bend what's left. There's not a lot left there, but I'm going to bend what's left and try to get it to shape where it needs to be. And we'll try to get everything bolted on this today. I also got some sponsored parts for this thing. I did. Let me show you, because the first part came, the first sponsored part. And I got to be careful with it because I already put fluids in it. But let me show you. How about that? This is a coolant overflow tank from Flashark for a BRZ specifically. And it is basically an identical match to the original tank, only this one's made out of aluminum. And it's like powder coated. Really nice looking. And then it has a sight glass. This is high and this is low. Stock tank. And then your levels. Yeah, pretty much identical. Flashark sent this out to me. We're gonna be using this on the BRZ. There's one other thing coming for this, and it's a lot bigger and better than this, that we're gonna be throwing on this. So, stay tuned for that. It might be in this video. I don't even know yet. We'll find out, because it didn't make it here yet. Well, early indicators aren't that great. That cam seal appears to be leaking. I'm not sure if it's leaking 100% or if it's was oil that was already on there. I don't know. I don't understand this. Now, I didn't have any coolant in this thing. I got condensation. Like, look up in here. Up in here. And I had all this wiped down, but that's like water. I don't understand where that even came from or how it even, I don't know. My little hand's not leaking. So that's something we're gonna have to monitor. I don't know why, that's weird. I don't know, but it does almost, like, without a doubt, look like this cam seal's leaking. Well, I told myself I wasn't gonna do any more work this week, but here we are. And I told you Flashark was sending 2 things out. Well, the second thing came, and I thought, you know what? We're just starting this video. Let's include that in this video too. So let me show you what else they sent. That's right, kiddos. They sent me out a Catback exhaust for this thing. Pretty sweet setup. I went with like an OEM style muffler. It does have a resonator in the pipe. And if a car comes with duals on it, I want duals on it. I don't know. I don't like the fat of the single exit. And then on top of that, look how big of pipe. Like, what is this, 3-inch diameter? This is a Toom exhaust. Now, this is an expensive exhaust, but this thing is loud. So let me show you the taper here. Look at the difference here. Where are you benefiting from putting this exhaust on? That's like a 1/2-inch difference. So you're only gonna get this much flow regardless. Probably gonna try to sell this exhaust, honestly, because it's actually in really good shape. But I just don't like a single exit. And then it sits down really low. I want it tucked up in. Flashark sells 3 different style Catbacks for this. You can get a single exit. You can get a dual exit that is like dual can style mufflers. And they both have burnt tips on them like this. I don't particularly like that, but that's what they are. And then they had this one, which is like a stock style setup with polished tips. And I like that. And I figured it's probably gonna tone this thing down a little bit because this thing is very loud on startup, very loud. I just don't want this thing being crackly and nasty sounding. So let's go ahead and throw this exhaust on real quick. This is work week for me still. So let's throw this thing on here and see what it sounds like. Now hopefully, I don't know how the microphone's gonna pick up the sound. Fitment on this, way better than the 370Z exhaust I got from them. Fitment is, I'll give it a 95%. Everything, I mean, lined up easily. I don't have to make any adjustments. And the only thing I'm seeing is this tip right here might be like a 1/4 inch out further than that one, maybe not even. It's close. So yeah, all right, let's put this thing down and get a first cold start. Cold start, this exhaust was so loud, it was and it doesn't sound good. These don't sound good. And there you go. I shut her down. We don't have any coolant in the thing, remember. So I didn't want to run it too long. I'll get back to you later in the week, but I just wanted to share that with you. If you want any of these Flashark products that I've showed you so far, make sure you stop over to flashark.com, and if they give me a discount code, I'm going to drop that down here in the description. They've been very gracious at sending me things. I contacted them a long time ago about this exhaust, and they said when it gets closer time, let me know. I let them know 2 days ago. It's here. Brands that are easy to deal with and want to work with me, I think are good brands. And then I'm going to give you my honest opinion. Honestly, I think that's just a little bit on the quieter side. The other two exhausts they have would be a little bit louder than that, but I think this is still going to deepen up. And I like it way better than that Toomey exhaust that was on there. So I'm going to be selling that Toomey exhaust to get some of my money back for this thing since I got too much in it. And hopefully not another $2 for a short block. I really don't want to do that. Flashark has just sweetened this deal for you guys. Celebrate this awesome collaboration with Flashark. They've agreed to give away any Catback system on their site that fits your vehicle. All you have to do to get entered for this giveaway is you have to subscribe, obviously, to UnWrecked, me, and then you have to subscribe to Flashark's channel. And I'm gonna drop their channel down below. It's also right here. The only other thing you have to do to get entered to win a full Catback system for your vehicle is to drop a comment below with your year, make, model, and engine and what project you're working on. After that, a winner is going to be selected 10 days after this video airs, and they're going to mail that exhaust directly to you. Good luck and a massive thank you to Flashark for making this happen. All right, fellas, we got like 80-degree weather out, which is sweet. So I'm gonna open the garage door, kick on the vent fans, and we're gonna have some fresh air in here today. Also, the exhaust, not this exhaust, the other exhaust, just sold it for $600. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've been dealing with the BRZ FRS community for the past 2 days since I listed that on sale. And I don't like them. I don't like any of them. Okay, well, the guy that bought it, I like him. He was decent, but he also just bought his FRS. So we're both new owners. So we weren't the typical owners. Just some of the, just the lingo and just the way they act, and I just, nope, not part of that clan. So give me a second while I get the door opened. I want to have this car front end on, every new part on, and coolant in it, AC charged, everything today. Headlights wired. I still have another wire to run. And yeah, so I'm gonna let me get the garage situated, and then we'll get into it. Also want to get the new core support on. Oh, and yes, this is still gonna have natural rust proofing because it's still leaking. Oh well. Oh well. All right, so first things first, we are not using a big portion of this core support. So let's just go ahead and take off what we're using, which is gonna be this side over here. Well, the bolts weren't even tight in it, so that's nice. Need that. I need to take that off. Yep, that's a different size. Where, what in the world? Where am I? Did I even have it out? Well, it's out somewhere. It's not it. I don't have it. We got another 12 now. That'll work. Yep. La da da. It's a shame you buy all this and only use a small portion of it, but that's the way it goes. That's what I need. This. We're using half of it. Right there. I still need the radiator support. Oh man, did I lose the rubbers for him? I don't know where they went. Are they still on the radiator? Where'd it go? They broke off. Oh, darn it. I don't have the rubber insulators to go on the radiator. They broke off. The hardware that comes on that's cheaper hardware than what came off the original, so probably just use it. One rubber insulator, there's one here. I can find something that'll work. I might have some spare parts laying around. Oh no, that wind. We got 3 rubber mounts. I just gotta find something that'll work closely to it. Let me look around the garage. Maybe I can find something that'll work. Mark this down because this is probably the first time in history that I've found something that I hoarded in my garage that worked out as a radiator insulator, and it's gonna work perfect. So this grommet right here was a little bit bigger than what I needed, so I cut a section out. And look at that. Here's I mean, it's a little different, but it's gonna serve the same purpose. So yeah, it worked out. Perfect, kind of, ish. There's 3 other ones and they're all factory, so they'll work. I could order one, or I could just use this, since it was something I found in the garage. Win-win. And when you get to 40 and you stand up too quick, it's like you feel it. I had to stand here for a second to recoup. Anyways, I think next order of business is drilling out the spot welds on that, getting that core support off. Let's take the radiator off too. I just have it like just pushed on there. I need to get it off there anyways because I got to put the fans on it and a bunch of other doodads. And I got the new condenser and all kinds of stuff here. So we're going to get this front end together today, I think. maybe, possibly. All right, let's start doing some stuff.
I don't want you in my head. You're a mess. I'm avoided, empty-minded. I don't want your regret. Don't try to fix me. I'm already broken.
I seem to have reached the part in the build where my memory jumps in and I forgot to buy coolant to put in this thing, and I have to run to a different county to go get that antifreeze. It's not too bad. So I'm gonna run and get coolant because I would like to heat cycle this thing, and I'm almost to the point where I can do that. All the lines are hooked up. I can put a vacuum. Let's do that first. Let's put a vacuum on the system so I can make sure this thing's gonna hold Freon, and then when I come back we will start doing that too, charging the system along with everything else. So it seems my new Vevor machine can draw a vacuum on it, so that's probably what we're gonna do. Let's hook this big mamma jam up. Oh my goodness. The mess that I have here is unreal. Why do I do this? And then on top of that, one of the wheel lugs stripped out, and I can see one on the back has stripped out. I almost need to remove all of these wheels so I can see which ones are going to strip out whenever I go to take the nuts off. So we got one bad lug nut, One bad lug there. I do have a spare lug I got for that Legacy. It ended up not needing it, so I do have one spare lug, but there's one broke off in the back on the same side. What were you doing? Like, what were you tightening these lug nuts up with? Huh? Did you have Hulk Hogan do it? I just can't. Now you can hear my thoughts and me tripping over everything in the garage with this microphone. Isn't that wonderful? You can hear all my issues as I walk around the garage. This is lovely. So great. Try this again. I hooked these up one time already and that was a fail. There's another valve and it's over there. It is hard to get to. I mean, I'm telling you. They don't like text, do they? I'm gonna knock that thing over. I know it. Did I not just call that? I said I'm gonna knock that over. Here it is. If I lay it on top of my tools, it helps balance it. Not. I swear. Would you just lay down? Get in there. Knock my water over. Come on. I put this one in the most convenient spot possible, right against the firewall, under a support arm, the low side. You know, so it's easy access. No, it's not. There we go. Now it's drawing a vacuum.
I'm gonna let this thing suck.
Should let it go for like half an hour or so and draw moisture and all kinds of stuff out. I'm gonna let it run until I go to go get the coolant. And I come back, it should be about 45 minutes later. We'll see if it lost vacuum. I mean, it sounds like a plan, doesn't it? All right, that ran for like 30 minutes while I ate. So I'm gonna head to the parts store. When I get back, I'll be able to charge the AC, put coolant in it, and start her up and let it run for the first time for a little while. All right, sisters, I'm back. We got some coolant. Holding strong. Heck yeah. All right. I gotta find my that's not, where's the fancy one? I have a fancy, this one will work. I just like to be able to see the pressure. This one I can't do. Is it maybe in a different drawer? This is a whole different ball game whenever I can walk around and talk to nobody, isn't it? I don't know how much I need. Normally it says it under the hood, but I'm hoodless right now. Let me check the hood. It's outside. Where are the stickers? Here's a sticker. And it says nothing. The other side probably says what I need. Oh, right there it is. 13.8 plus or minus 1.8 ounces. So 14 ounces. All right. 14 ounces. What do we got here? We got a 12. So I need a little bit more than that. Honestly, one can will do it. But it'll put me right at the bottom. I hear somebody getting it on a bike right now, and I can tell you that an unmarked cop is sitting right at the county line. He's gonna get them, unless they run. We hook to the high or low? I don't remember. It'll be low side. Low side. Yep. See, you guys think I know what I'm doing. I don't. So, you gotta take this valve and open it completely. That shuts the Schrader valve in there. Well, they give you so much room to work here. And then you can take it off. Then you can hook this on. Pro tip, Don't turn this upside down while you're filling it. You don't want to put the liquid in, you want to put the gas in. So you want to keep it upright. Sometimes I find heating the bottom of the can will get that little extra bit out. But we'll see what happens here. Hopefully I get this on here. First shot. I'm gonna go ahead and release this. Let me shake it a little bit. Release this in. Yep. That'll start charging the system. And then we're gonna put some coolant in it. Do I use a funnel? Oh, where's my jug? I got a funnel jug thing. Majigger. Where's it? I don't remember. This is me 24/7. Where did I put that? Used to keep it up here. Is it there? Are you home? No, why would it be there? Because that's where I keep it. Oh, and did I put it back in the box? Yes, I did. I think I broke the original one. This is a brand new one. Oh, I forgot I got a new one. Oh, so fancy. So fancy. These make it so nice. Do I already have a Subaru valve on there? That can't be right. Why don't you just run out the bottom? I have like a feeling. Is there something not connected? Who knows? We'll find out. Give it a minute here. Now, before we get too in-depth here, I'm gonna wait a second. Like $50 of coolant. Oh, all right. Looks good. Drink on the juice. Drink on the juice. Just take it. Probably a hole in the engine block somewhere. It's gonna leak out. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Anyways, after we get some in there and get it running, then I gotta get in there and turn the AC on full blast. Oh, should probably put the air box on. Oh, don't splash. Put the lid on there. How much are you gonna take? How much? All of it? Okay. I did get 2 jugs. Figured I was gonna need them. I swear, if it takes both jugs completely, I'm gonna lose it. I'm like, where's it going? I had to look and make sure it wasn't running out the bottom. At this point, you just want to grab some hose and squeeze them. The radiator hose. I swear, people. Grab all the hose. Really flushing the bubbles out. Might have it good enough now. I'm gonna go ahead and put this air box on, and then we'll get it running. I'm gonna leave the gauge, the high pressure, hooked up. We're at like, we're about 50 pounds right now. That's all more the can put in it at the moment. So we'll get the car running and get the rest of that can in. There's still a lot left in it. Alrighty. All right, we already heard it run once, but we're gonna hear it again. We're gonna start her up. This time, we can let it heat cycle, which I'm excited about. We're also gonna charge that AC. All right. What did we do? Why are we not starting now? What did I forget to, what did I unplug? Or what did I forget to plug in? What is going on? Why now? What did we do? What is going on? What was that about? I would like to know. We do have a check engine light. All right. There's fuel in it. I don't know what I did. AC max, full. Can't explain to you what happened because I don't know. Don't have enough Freon in for the pump to kick on yet at this moment. Sounds good though. I'm gonna hook my scanner up while this runs, just to be safe. All right, we're gonna run an auto scan on this thing because check engine light. I am assuming the check engine light's because I didn't have coolant in it. Oh, our heat sensor's pegged. That's not correct. She's pegged. I don't know if it's stuck. That's not correct. Not only is it pegged, it's going higher. I know this thing's not hot. It's barely even ran yet. Running a full scan on this thing already. 7 for the engine, whatever that is. Let's see. I want to see all. Okay, mass, airflow, circuit low, current, intake, air temperature, current, high input, current. Mass, airflow. Okay, I had that disconnected. Startability malfunction, current. I am going to clear all. Oh, when I did that, my temperature, when I cleared all, my temperature came back down from being pegged. Look at that. Who said code scanners can't fix? Look at that. Oh, look. I mean, besides the tire, well, probably because it's not on the car. But all right. We still have AC problems, but I think it's starting to kick now. But I'm gonna have to go out there and probably start drawing heat on that bottle to get more pressure into the system. Typically I'd use like, oh, the bottle about fell over. Typically I would use propane gas. I'm gonna use this little torch because I have the map gas hooked up. I don't want to use map gas because it's hot, really hot, and I don't want to blow this bottle up. So I'm just gonna heat it with this little torch. That's gonna help push some of that pressure into the system so that we can get this AC kicking, because right now it ain't running. More heat. There it goes. Now the pump just kicked on. I was like, what's that noise? I can hear it pumping now. All right. I'll put a little bit of the next can in, and that's gonna be it. Honestly, the pressure that was in this can, probably enough. I probably don't need to heat it or nothing. Yeah, I'd say it's enough. Oh no, that valve's leaking. That valve's leaking. I don't like that. Shoot. It's still leaking. All right, we're just gonna put the cap on for now and hope that cap seals it. If we have a problem down the road, we know that trailer valve's leaking. No bueno. All right, now the real test is, oh, I can already feel it. I can feel the AC. It's great. Okay. Oh my, that's too cold. Too cold in here. Temperature's halfway. We're looking good. We're looking good. Let's turn that off. No more AC. Don't need it. The thing I'm not liking, but might just be me, or it could be because it's on the lift. I feel like when it's RPMs are down low like this and I rev it, I feel like vibration. But that, I mean, that could be the boxer thing. And I can watch my little torch up there move whenever I do it. I don't know. Could be something rubbing. I need to get underneath this thing. When the RPM gets real low, right now, I can hear whatever this rattle is. I can hear it right now. If I can get underneath the car, I might be able to figure it out. It very well could be this massive exhaust leak right here. Very well could be. It sounded like it was either on this side or could have been right underneath me. Well, let me get the microphone up here. You can hear it. I tried to seal it best I could. It's not leaking anywhere else. That's where the other guy's exhaust was leaking as well. Is the exhaust hitting anything? No, just leaking. We're not hitting anywhere? No. No. I bet you that's what I'm hearing. Look at the water that came out of that. I must need somebody to hit the gas while I'm down here. Wonder if I can do that myself. Exactly what I'm hearing. Stuck my microphone down there so you can hear what I'm hearing from inside the car. All right, so I'll attempt to seal that some way later, but that's pretty sure that's what I've been hearing. It had me worried. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing down. Tomorrow, what I thought was gonna be today, I'm gonna start putting the rest of these parts on. I wanna have everything on this so it looks like it's done in multiple colors. I just gotta find an ambient air temperature sensor because I don't think that I got it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the all data information for this because wiring, schematics, all that stuff's there, and it's gonna simplify what I gotta do here to the front end. And that's probably where I said there's extra wires here. I didn't know what they go to. That's probably the ambient air temperature sensor. 90% of the oil we're leaking out of this engine is coming from these cam sensors on the passenger side. I ordered the O-rings, so when they get here, we'll be putting new O-rings in there. Also, I spilled some coolant over here, but so right there, those two sensors, there's a O-ring on those. They're both leaking really bad. It's the top one's leaking down over the bottom one, the bottom one's leaking, and then it's running down to the bottom, and it looks like that's where most of our oil's coming from, is those things. If you look up from the bottom, you get a better view of that. I thought you would. Maybe not. There. Now you can see Willie. So, and then that's running down here where there's a drop. I get that fixed. I ain't worried about that other leak, that cam cap in the back, whatever. It can leak. The downside to this coolant tank that I got from Flashark is the sight gauge. It's right here. Look how close it is. I'm gonna have to remove the coolant tank to get that cam sensor out. That's all right. We'll get it. Got another beautiful day here in PA. Went to Advanced Auto and struck out AutoZone donut gasket spring hardware, which I might have to modify, but I think it's gonna work. Now, there's a slip joint on here, so I loosened that up and I slipped it forward, as you can see, and look at the taper on that. Does that not look like it was made for a donut gasket? So, if my measurements are correct, that should actually fit really tight. It might actually be too tight, and I might have to modify it. But this was just a part number, and I looked at the dimensions online, and they happen to have it. So I'm going to try to slip that on there, put that in, and then somehow use this spring hardware. I'm going to have to probably grind that collar off right there so that it will slip through, but I think it's going to work. What do you think? I think so. Now, if that don't seal, I don't know. I mean, if that don't seal, the only other thing I could do is grind those flanges off so that the bolt will go the whole way through, and then I can tighten the nut up until the threads stop. That would make this a lot tighter, but the springs are pretty tight on there. I can barely move them, so there's pressure on them. So let's just go ahead and start this up, see how it goes. All right, should be quieter. I don't know. Hey, our check engine light came back on. Ambient air temperature sensor, I know it. I think it's quieter. Now we're not leaking there, but it's leaking around here, right where the gaps are and the cutouts. Very minimal. But let me get my mic up here. That was nothing for a little bit of tailpipe sealant. Now it's completely quiet. For now. Yeah. You guys can tell me, is there originally a donut gasket there? Because this had an aftermarket exhaust on it, and it was leaking, and they had it sealed with red RTV. But the way that's made, it almost looked like it should have had a donut style gasket on it. And that one I got fit perfect. Like, perfect. I couldn't even, oh, here, I'll get you the number, the AutoZone number. I messed it up. Part number at AutoZone's 31639. So if you're dealing with an exhaust, you need that. That's the part number I got. That's perfect. I don't even know if it might not even be made for BRZ. That's just what I found. All right, so that low RPM vibration I thought I heard is completely gone now. So it was the exhaust. So when it was below 1,000 RPM and I'd blip it, it sounded like a rattle. It's not doing that at all. So we fixed it. Now, kids, you couldn't ask for a better fitment. Yes, I had to tweak it. This fender has a little bit of damage on it. The hood has a little bit of damage on it that I need to fix. I bought it that way. This corner here has a little bit of damage on it, bent down right here. I'm gonna have to just do a little bit of work on that, and then that's it on the hood. And then the fender, I had already hammered some of a dent out here, so there's going to be some putty work in this area, and then right here is a dent that I haven't even hammered on yet. But all I had to do was pull this fender up a little bit to meet the hood. Now this is with the original hood hinges. I didn't replace the hood hinges, so yeah. Now this fender needs to come out a little bit, and I think I can just do that with manipulating the fender. And it also needs to go in at the bottom, but since it's sitting on the lift, I didn't tighten the bolts up down there. So I'm pretty thrilled with that. Now I need to do some wiring, so I'm going to do that off camera. I need to go print out the wiring schematics. I know that I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that 2 of these wires here are for the fog light on this side, and there's 2 on that side for the fog light. As for all these wires back in here, a couple of them would have been for the running light. I'm going to block them off. 2 of them should be for the ambient air temperature sensor, and I bought a, not BRZ, but a Subaru ambient air temperature sensor with a plug that I can wire in, because there's nothing left. And it would originally be right here on this bracket on the AC condenser. It actually clips into this. So the clip is still there, and I don't know if this new sensor will fit that or not. If it doesn't, I'm gonna zip tie it on there, because that's factory. Now I did go ahead and like tape all this up, but I need to run 1 more wire down here to the running light. I have 1 plug that's empty in there. I didn't fill yet because I knew I was gonna be doing it. With the headlights on, there should be power to that, so that marker light's on, but it's dimmer. There's 2 filaments in it. So I got to run that, and then I got to completely wire the other side. That's not as hard. Oh, I have the okay, so one side's going to have a plug, one's not. These side markers, I went with LEDs. I had 1 plug, and then this was for the other side, but I accidentally already cut it off and wired a different plug on, because I didn't think I had that harness, and then I found it. So I'm using it on this side. So one's gonna have a plug like this, and the other one's gonna have a factory style plug on it. Hey, you know, when you're making do with what you got, that's what you gotta do. So this is gonna be easy to do, this one over here. That one over there, I'm gonna have to run some extra wires and then put another plug on, which I already have sitting out right there, to go to what's left there. And then hopefully I got to redo this headlight, because I haven't done that yet, and then I should be able to put everything on and see what this thing looks like. So let me get the wiring done, because that's boring. I'll just show you after I'm done. But yeah, let me get that done, and then I'll come back to you, because it's going to be a while, a long while. I need to witness this. I'm losing extreme amounts of weight now. So I don't know if I'm dying or if she's doing good things to me.
You said your memory's better.
Sometimes.
You said it's been better.
Squirrel!
Yeah, he's gonna get electrocuted.
I know what they're doing.
He has an acorn in his mouth too. He's talented. 1 more to go.
You want a nut in your mouth? Stewie yelled at me.
Good boy, Stewie! Alright, you're done. Do you want that water, or you want me to take it back in? Alright.
Alright. This has been pill time with Ashley. Thank you. So I have to say, pretty happy with the results. I did, like, everything's wired. I did order LED fog lights because they're halogen right now. So I'm going to be putting LED bulbs in there. The only thing I wasn't happy with is this rings being blue. I wish they would have been white like this. But the wiring harness that's in these lights now is what came out of the stock headlights. So it has the ballast bolted on the bottom with HID bulbs in it. That was the only route to really go, unless I was going to completely rewire the stock harness that I could plug into. I just used the stock harness. It made more sense, and there was hardly any wiring I had to do to make it different. Right here is a side marker. Yeah, they're sticking out because I forgot to get the brackets that pop rivet inside of there, so there's nothing to hold it in place right now. So it's just kind of dangling there, but I think for inspection I'm going to have to put orange tape on those because I don't think clear is legal. So I'm going to have to put orange on there to pass inspection, I believe. Bumper and hood and fenders, honestly, it fits way better on the crash side than on the non-crash side. But then again, the hood is also bent on that side. So, and it's, as you can see, the bumper is down here, which I can alleviate that with shims to get the center up. I think we can fix that. That side, it's too high over here. And then the hood is really tight to the fender. So I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to actually, since the gap is so good on that side, I think I'm going to end up moving this fender. There's a possibility that in the wreck it did pull this fender in, so I think I'm going to end up spacing that out a little bit. And then the hood's bent down in the front, and I didn't think it was bent the whole way over here, but there's a possibility that it could be. Another thing I could do is heat the bumper up and just kind of mold it down so it fits, but there's still a huge gap right here. Like, you can see, if you look down on it, that's like a 1/4 inch or better. Then it's down here. Then right here, it's kind of close. There's still a large gap, but there's a rubber piece that actually fits in between here. The hood comes down on. So there's some things I'm gonna have to do, but I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with how everything fit in how it looks. Car's running good, sounds good. As for this lip kit, it doesn't fit the best either. I need to get it like in that crease. It needs to like stretch or come this way or something, but then it also sticks out here. When I color match it to match the car, I didn't know if I was going to. I thought about just painting it black. I think I'm gonna color match it, because I'm gonna be, okay, there's something else coming I gotta color match, but I think I'm gonna color match that to the bumper, and then I probably will put a screw inside of here to hold that down, and maybe over in that corner, because it's the only way you can really get that to fit down the way it's supposed to. Right there. I don't know. I'm scared that if I just put a couple in, it's gonna be wavy. So I might have to put a couple across there. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because that's going to be the end of this episode. I think it looks good. Not as good as the Z did, but I just got to live with it, I guess. Alright kiddos, so if you like this video, smash that like button, consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if your mom wants me to do a schematic on her front end. And we'll see you on the next episode of UnWrecked. Mr. Soley, I need an interview. Oh, a little sniffy sniff? You okay? Sheldon, let me get an interview. You just get a bunch of sniffs. Say something. That's it. Miss Stella's stealing Mommy's spot.
Yeah, I got up 2 seconds.
We're doing sniff interviews.
Oh.
Stewie, you want to say something? You normally talk. Stewie.
Let's
That was a silent meow.
I don't know how to say
Come on.
that.
I need an interview. Sir. Sir. What do we... Stew bean? What? We can get some purrs. What? Stewie? Gonna rub on it.